everyone, it's Jenna here from the Grove Sephora in Los Angeles. Today I'm going to show you how to get this super fun rainbow eye look. I'm so excited to show you how I got this. Whether you're going to a festival, a concert, or you just want to spice up your makeup routine, this is perfect. So keep on watching. So I've already completed my complexion, and I'm going to go in with a Too Faced Born This Way Super Coverage Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer in Vanilla to prime my eyelids. I'm going to blend it out with my finger, making sure it's all blended and there's no creases. And I just applied this directly with the doe foot applicator and blended it out with my finger. I like to use a concealer when I'm doing colored looks because I make sure all of the colors on my lids are canceled out so all the pigments show up exactly how they do in the palette. So now I'm going to set my base using the Cover FX Perfect Setting Powder in Light Translucent on my Sephora Collection brush number 19. This is an optional step. I prefer to set my base, but sometimes keeping it tacky helps. It's totally up to you. Now for the fun part, I'm grabbing my Violet Voss Flamingo Pro eyeshadow palette. I'm taking the shade Lemonade on my Sephora Collection brush number 27 and using a mix of patting motions and sweeping motions across my outer corner into my crease. If you do set your base with a translucent powder, expect to pack on the pigment a little more. It sometimes takes a little bit more to build up the color. Using the same brush, I'm grabbing the shade Popsicle and I'm placing it just where I placed the yellow shadow, but a little bit lower on my eye. Again, building that up and blending it out until I'm happy with the color. I like starting out with the yellow and putting the orange over it because I like the way the colors blend out. You can start with the orange and add the yellow later, but this is how I think it looks the best and is the easiest to create. And then you can just do the same thing on the other eye. Like I said, you'll see me packing on the colors. That's because I did set my base with a translucent and I just want to make sure there's enough pigment. And then once I'm happy with the way the colors look, we can move on to the next step. Now I'm grabbing the shade Sandals on my number 19 brush, and I'm really going to focus this color on the outer part of my eye. I want to get a really nice gradient effect with the yellow, orange, and red shadows. I'm switching back over to my number 27 brush because I really like the way that this brush packs pigment on my eye. I am taking a tissue periodically and just cleaning up the fallout. I like to do this during the time I'm doing my makeup so that it doesn't accumulate so much and I can't clean it off my complexion. And then I'm just doing the same thing with the other eye. Again, you're going to see me using a lot of packing motions. I find that this is the best to add color and pigment to your eyes. And then I'm taking my 27 and just blending it out, making sure it looks really diffused. We're taking our same Too Faced concealer and we're going to do a little bit of a cut crease. I'm using my Sephora Collection number 13 brush to do the cut crease. It's a flat shader brush. I find it really perfect for cut creases. So a little pro tip for doing cut creases, I like to apply a little bit of concealer to my inner corner, and then I'll actually look as far up to the ceiling as I can to make sure whatever concealer I have on my lid touches the highest point of my eye that it's gonna touch, and then I know where to put my cut crease. This is a really good way to make sure that the color you're cutting your crease with will be seen even with your eyes open. I am taking my finger and blending it out a little bit. I just want to make sure everything is blended and diffused into the other shadows. So I'm taking my number 13 brush and Tidal Wave, and that's the color I'm going to place over the concealer. Blue shadows can be a little unforgiving, so make sure you tap your brush before you put it on your eye because the fallout can be a little hard to get off. I'm lightly tapping the color into my eye. Like I said, I don't want to tap hard or rub a lot because I don't want a lot of fallout, but I definitely want to make sure the color is blended and smoothly on my eye. Going in on the other side, I'm just repeating the same steps again. Remember, like I said, a really good way to get your cut crease perfect is looking up to the ceiling. This way you know that you'll see your color when your eyes are open. Feel free to take your fingers and blend out whatever you feel like you can't with the brush. And I'm going in with Tidal Wave and making sure I have my pop of blue color. I'm just lightly tapping the color on until I have my desired pigment. So now I'm going in with my Sephora Collection number 11 brush with a little bit of concealer and just placing this right on the outside of where the blue color is. I'm also taking my finger and really making sure that's blended out. And now I'm going in with that same brush and the color Pineapple and adding a pop of color to the center of our lids. So I did go back in with my finger, just kind of switching on and off. Remember, whatever works for you is best. You just want to make sure that the colors are diffused and blended where you want them to be. And then just repeating the same thing on the other eye. You're taking your number 11 brush, a little bit of concealer, and then the color Pineapple to add that little pop of color. Time for liner. I'm using my Stila Stay All Day Waterproof Liquid Eyeliner in Jet Black. Starting on my eyelid, making a straight line, and then I'm gonna go in and do my wing. I always line up my wing with the arch of my brow. I find that that's the best way to get the best shape of a wing for my face, but you can always line it up with your nose or even your bottom lash line. And then I'm just going in on the other eye, the same thing, starting with my lid and then doing my wing. I love this liner for myself. It's waterproof. It really lasts all day. It's been a favorite of mine for so many years. Time for some mascara. I'm using my Sephora collection Lash Craft Big Volume Mascara. Just a really light coat. I have blonde eyelashes. If I don't wear mascara, they show through. But if you have really dark lashes, we are going to be applying falsies, so this isn't a necessary step. And going back with my number 11 brush and the shade Sandals, I'm gonna blend that out on my lower lash line. Keeping it on the outside of my eye, I'm not taking it all the way into the inner corner. I wanna keep most of the darker colors on the outside of my eye. Now for my favorite part, false eyelashes. I'm using my Sephora collection false eyelashes in Vivacious. I definitely chose a more dramatic lash because that's what I prefer for this look. But again, this is another optional step. You don't even have to use false lashes, or you can apply a much lighter pair. I am going to measure them to my eye. I typically like to put them on my eye without gluing them, see how much I need to cut off, and then trim. After putting lash glue on the band, I like to bend the lashes a little bit. I find it makes it a little bit easier to place them on my eye. And then I'm just gonna let them dry for about 30 seconds. It lets the glue get tacky. Again, another way to make it a little bit easier to apply false lashes. I set it as close to my natural lash line as I could, and then going back in and pressing it with my natural lashes to make sure there's no gaps. And then on the second eye, the same thing, applying the glue, getting the lash band a little bent, applying it as close to my natural lashes as I can, and then squeezing my natural lashes with the falsies. Now for some finishing touches, I'm going in with my Marc Jacobs Beauty Highliner Gel Eye Color Crayon Eyeliner in Blew Me Away. I'm taking this in my waterline just to bring the blue into my lower lash line and add another pop of color. Be careful when you're applying liner to your lower lash line. You don't want to pull too hard on the skin around your eyes. I love this liner because it is the most waterproof liner that I've used in a really long time. It lasts all day in my waterline, and it comes in so many different colors. And I'm going back in with the Lash Craft mascara and just adding a little bit of mascara to my bottom lashes. Okay guys, this is our finished look. I hope you like how it came out. If you do try this look at home, I'd love to see you tag us on social and see all the looks you guys create. I hope you had fun watching, and I hope you have fun with this look. And if you want to see more content like this, like, comment, and subscribe. Okay guys, bye.